How are you?
Nice, man. I just saw the sun this afternoon for the first time in about 6 months here in New York.
I have never seen weather like this. My son asked me the other day, he says, is this the rainy season?
Welcome to typhoon time or something. What the heck's going on, buddy?
You mow your lawn and it's not, it's got to be mowed again 2 days later. It's disgusting.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? Hey, I also saw some good news. Your UNG guy, that the rig count is down from like 1,600 last September to like 680 now.
They can't make money. I mean, if natural gas stays at these prices, they can't make money going for it in most places. So they're just not going to do it. They're going to sit back and wait. And eventually it's going to get hot, and eventually industry is going to start using gas again. And when they do, it's going to jump, and it's going to jump quick because there isn't that supply coming through the system. And these rigs are not like light switches where, we need more, let's just turn it back.
Let's turn it on, right? These are gigantic monsters, right?
They are, and there's quite a bit of a lag, and we don't have the supply. We have, you look at the supply, and it's billions and trillions of cubic feet of storage, but that's not a lot. That's a weak supply. So, one wicked hot wave, and you're going to see natural gas run, and it's coming. It's going to come. It's going to happen. You just have to wait for it.
Now, you know what I'm looking for, though, bud, is to see, I don't have any idea on the time frame for this new natural gas ETF to be launched.
I haven't found a thing. I haven't even found a ticker yet, so I think they kind of just filed. It's a nice idea. It gets rid of the contango. It's I think USL is the one that does it for oil.
Right.
For the oil one.
Right.
It gets rid of the contango issue, so maybe you could play half and half with that, so that if you're in contango, your one benefits versus the other, and if you go out of it, you don't get hurt either way. So you kind of cushion yourself on both angles. But
I'm really looking forward to that. But like I say, I don't have any idea how soon it is.
No idea. But more options are always better, right?
Absolutely, always. That's good capitalist thinking, my friend. Another good capitalist thought, which doggone it, I missed, and I'll blame that on my wife, was your SKS. Now, we talked about you and Sachs the other day, but I missed you pulling the trigger on it, and you're already up quite a bit.
We talked about it last week, and I think it was around 4 or just about 4, and then it dove down earlier in the week to 375, and we picked up a bunch, and it's up, I think, 16%.
Yeah, well done, Todd. You are the best at spotting these, my friend. I'm going to walk by the store on my way out today and just feel like cheated, that I missed that one.
Hey, do me a favor, pick the wife up something and help out the cause on all the ends here.
I hear you, my friend. Now, you've got an article on your blog this morning that I thought was really great, where you're talking about the announcement of buy and hold's death might be premature.
Yeah, it seems like every couple of years we go through this, where every time we have a good market sell-off, people want to talk about how buy and hold is a dead strategy, it's not going to work, and then, eventually you get a market rebound, and they say, if you bought and hold, you'd be doing right now,
What the heck?
Yeah, I gave an example of a personal investment that I did, when I bought Altria back in '99, and just basically sat on it. And, it dipped in 2003, it dipped in 2004, but, I sat on it, and it was the single best investment I've ever made. It averaged about, when you add in the spin-offs you got from Kraft, you add in the spin-off of Philip Morris International that you got, you add in the $20-some of dividends you received over the years, it compounded at about 40% a year for 9 years.
40% a year is not exactly dead, right?
Oh, not at all. And you can do the same thing, and I didn't do it, but McDonald's, you bought McDonald's during the mad cow scare. I still own it. And same thing, you got Chipotle shares, which I stupidly sold. Had I sold those, it might have rivaled the Trio results, because Chipotle, after it was spun off, that ran to the stars, but I wasn't involved in
people
that.
just love them, man.
Yeah, we just got one in town here. I can't wait to try it out. So it's supposed to be great food. So the problem is that sometimes people don't buy stocks cheap enough, and they hold them and forget about them, and the market condition changes for their investment, and they don't get out. and then the stock drops and it sits underwater. You know, GE is a perfect example. Even Coke is a perfect example. Anybody who bought Coke back, 10 years ago is sitting underwater because they bought a stock at 80 times earnings that sells soda.
Right.
And that was just a dumb investment, and no wonder you're holding it up underwater. But that doesn't mean the buy and hold strategy is dead. That means you made a bad purchase decision. So, and I even gave the example of blog posts about, Dow Chemical, which I made the mistake of not selling when it was at $50, almost $60 a share when I bought it at 26, because I wasn't seeing the business cycle clearly. I was focused on other things, and fortunately, it dropped to a point where I was able to pick up a bunch more this March and lowered my cost basis. And again, $9 in dividends there over the last 7 years. I'm still well above, but I'm not anywhere near where I would have been, had I sold when the business cycle turned. So,
right. You've got to watch them, but that doesn't mean that the strategy's gone.
Exactly. And I said the thing is, there are traders I know who do fantastic, and there are swing traders and momentum traders who do just fantastic. And the whole point of it is to find people who fit your investing style, follow them, communicate with them, because through Twitter, through stock twits, through blogs, we can get in touch with anyone we want now.
Right.
And stick with that strategy that fits you, because if it fits your personality, it fits who you are, and fits how you look at the world, you'll be successful with it. Don't try and be something you're not, and don't listen to people who tell you what you're doing doesn't work if you're making money at it, and if you're good at it.
That I think is the most dangerous thing out there. There are great technical analysis guys like Brian Shannon, right? And he's a wonderful guy, and he makes money, but that doesn't mean it's the only way to go. And some of the I understand, and I agree with you. There are a lot of people out there that think their way is the only way.
Yeah, it's true, and it's the only way for them, and that's fine. But there's other ways. There's more than one way to skin a cat. There's lots of ways to invest and make money, and there's lots of investments that you can make and sit on and do perfectly fine with. But if you buy them at the right price, and if you buy them for the right reasons, and if the reasons you bought it are still valid, a year from now or 2 years from now, and the stock maybe sells off for some whatever reason briefly, it doesn't mean that it's a broken stock or the business is broken, And if you hold it, you'll come back through it, and you should be fine on the other side. So, and it's like anything else. Nothing works all the time. Nothing is guaranteed. But these people who walk around saying that this is dead, and traders can't make money, or buy and hold value investors can't make money, it's just foolish, because there's plenty who are. You just got to find them, get in touch with them, and communicate with them, because you can learn a lot from everybody.
You know what I saw today too, buddy? Is GGP back over too?
Yeah, I mean, how many people? That's a perfect example. How many people panicked last week when it hit $1.70, $1.60, and sold out? And what's that? 25% in 3 days. It's back up again. Right.
And there goes. And they're going to be. It didn't work.
Exactly. This isn't working, or this thing. So, for me and my personality is, I buy something I think is really cheap, and I wait for the value to be realized. And then if I'm smart, I realize when the value is realized, and I sell out. Or I realize I was wrong and get out. Or the business changed, something fundamental changes. Say, this isn't the reason I bought this stock. This business isn't the same business it used to be. I'm going to get out of it now. And that's my style, and that's the way I do it. And it works for me. Some people can't wait. They don't have the patience, and they like to buy and sell and get out. But you know what? If they make money doing it that way, who cares, right? That's great.
It doesn't matter. As long as you're making money, that's all I think that matters,
Absolutely. It doesn't matter how you do it, as long as it's legal.
My friend, thank you very much for taking time on this Friday, and have a great weekend. We'll talk to you next week.
My pleasure. You too.